This is a special car. This is a Mercedes GT63s. It's a rare bird. They didn't make too many of these, and they actually stopped making it for 21, but it's going to go back in production in 22. If you want a sports car, you buy a Mercedes GT. Well, but if you want a room and you want a back seat, you want to drive your kids to school, you drive one of these, a GT63s. They make a 43, a 53, and a 63s, which is the biggest boy of them all. And it is powered by a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, the most powerful Mercedes engine to date outside of the Black Series. 630 horsepower. 630 horsepower through a 9-speed transmission, automatic transmission, of course, with a 4Matic Plus variable 4-wheel drive system that works amazing. It does 0-60 in 3.1 seconds, and it goes on to a top speed of governed, limited, 195 miles an hour. So 195 mile an hour car to drive your kids to school, that's pretty badass. But the outright acceleration is one thing. The handling of something this heavy that weighs almost 5,000 pounds is incredible. The steering ratio is 14.4 to 1 ratio. It is so quick that is blow your mind away. And the all-wheel drive system, when it grips, it just launches. It's a rear drive system, so you can actually pitch the car sideways, and it even has what Mercedes calls a drift mode. Drift mode in a car like this. Yeah, I thought drift modes were just for younger drivers, but apparently not. So it is a really badass car, and our example has the optional ceramic brakes, which cost a lot of money but stops this big car in a heartbeat. And the interior is just amazing, with leather everywhere, suede everywhere, and it looks phenomenal. And it just drives so well. However, it's still a 195 mile an hour sports car in a big giant body. So it drives like one too. It's a little bit louder than your average Mercedes, what you would expect. You actually feel the road, but that's what AMG did with their handcrafted V8 and super quick 9-speed transmission and beautiful interior. And it even has a hatchback, so you can treat it like a Civic. You can go to Home Depot and put lumber in it if you want to do that with a $200,000 car. It is a beautiful piece of machinery, and yeah, it's an amazing car to drive. Inside this machine, it's an amazing piece of work. Suede steering wheel, racing controls just like a race car on the steering wheel, easy to reach. Quiet mode. Sport exhaust, you can adjust everything, the transmission, the exhaust, suspension, the dash. Beautiful, huge piece. It's all LED, and that motor is just intoxicating. The paddle shifters are perfectly placed, so as you're driving, you can just go up and down the gears. And when you put the transmission in race mode, you can actually just do it with this, which is really easy, because as soon as you do this, it does all the controls for you. You go in race mode and the car just becomes an animal. Changes gears like that, the exhaust gets louder, suspension gets stiffer. It's an amazing job, and it just turns into an animal, and you can just start attacking corners and you will never believe that it was almost a 5,000 pound car that drives like that. So pretty nice piece of work. And of course you have a fancy stereo and carbon fiber accents everywhere, racing seats. You can even put your racing belts in here if you wanted to. Yeah, what more do you want? Suede headliner. The dash is all hand stitched leather. It's a beautiful interior, and it's made for work. But the nice thing about this is when you want to just cruise, it just becomes a regular cruising machine that you can take to the store, go on a date, do those things. But when you want to attack a racetrack, flick the switch and you're gone. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.